Amy,
Yes,
I was really moved by your speech
thank you.
at the funeral and today, and that's the reason I asked you to come here. Can you tell me how you met Sandeep?
I met Sandeep a little over 4 years ago due to another tragic incident in our community. A fellow officer of Sandeep's was shot and killed from behind at a gas station just about 2 miles down the street from here. And I, myself, along with several other community members, started a fundraising campaign there, as well as just to support our community and bring our community together. And Sandeep was the very first responding officer to that call that night. So he also lost a friend and had to be the first on call to that scene. And the very next day, he showed up at that memorial to pay respects to his friends, but to also greet the community that came out to show support. And he was there every day. We were there at that gas station for probably 12 full days.
Yeah.
And every single day, he was there as well as his father. His father would come every day and every evening, and even sometimes early in the morning before going off to the Gurdwara.
Yeah.
So that was my first interactions with Sandeep, and oftentimes we would step aside and stand back from the crowds and have a personal conversation. You know, he asked me what I believed in, and I told him, I'm on my spiritual journey, and we shared some things, and he told me about being a Sikh and what it meant to him and what he stood for. And I could relate to it, and I liked what he was sharing with me, and I saw him living it,
Yeah.
and that was a big thing.
Yeah.
Is he lived it so fully. And even now I'm getting messages from people who say when they look at his picture,
Yeah.
they see God in his eyes. And regardless of what God you believe in,
Yeah.
it shows through. And when you're doing good things and when you come from a pure place, that's all that matters. And when you hug people and you welcome people into your community, it's only going to make our whole world a better place. It's going to make your community stronger. It's going to make my community stronger. And that's what we need more than ever. We need to be united. We need to come together. We need to continue Sandeep's Siva work.
Yeah.
And do more of that for our smaller communities and the global community.
And when he first came to that scene where the officer, his friend was shot, here's a policeman with a turban on who turns up over there. And what did the neighbors, the public, or the other people, or yourself thought of it when you seen him with a turban on, which is very different from your everyday scene of a policeman?
Well, for me, it was, I want to know that guy because
Okay.
I personally just love learning about different cultures. If you seem different from me, I want to know your story. That's just something that's been instilled in me from a very young age. Now, other people in the community were a little standoffish or a little inquisitive, but all you had to do was see his smile, and he became the face of being an officer. I mean, every little kid that was there they were bringing them their toys.
Okay.
I mean, I have a picture somewhere of this little kid bringing his Thomas the Train and giving it to Sandeep.
Sandeep, yeah.
There was kids they were having lemonade stands and bringing them as far as donations, and everybody wanted their picture with him. So maybe a few minutes of kind of like uncertainty
Yeah.
was gone the minute he smiled and the minute you had a conversation with him. And that's what I say too, a smile can go a long
Yeah.
way.
I was talking to another officer earlier. This was the area which Sandeep was covering. He was the lone officer for this area. And if help was needed, he would call somebody else.
Yes.
But this area was all this neighborhood was the lone officer was covering all this neighborhood, and he knew these people
Yes.
personally.
Yes.
And when I pull up here, I can see people, I can see sadness in their eyes. And you told me that this is the second time you come here?
Yes, it's the second time that I made the full walk down here.
Okay.
I came all the way down during a candlelight vigil,
Okay.
but
Now, I didn't know Sandeep, and he's pulled me from UK to come here. When you walked up here, I was sitting here, then I watched you walk up here. Can you tell me exactly what were you thinking and how did you feel?
my initial thought is, it is real. He really is gone. And we're not going to see his smile anymore, and we're not going to be graced with his presence anymore. And as much as there is here, I feel like there's nothing in the world that can express what we lost. And it's moving to see pictures from little kids, let alone the words being written. But the stuffed animals, and besides what he did for us adults and our, the homeowners and everything like that, it's how he interacted with the children. He was amazing. And that creates a sense of comfort. And I think so often we don't have that. So many times people are in fear of the police.
Yeah.
So not even by being a police officer, but then a turban-wearing Sikh.
Turban-wearing Sikh.
So
yes.
you have double, options to cause fear in
Yes.
people. And again, the minute he smiled, and the minute he opened his arms and said a joke, and we've lost that. And this is not a bad community.
No.
We are not,
yeah.
this is not an underprivileged community. These are very, above average
Yes.
incomes.
Yes.
So for this to be the second incident where a police officer was shot from behind is just bone chilling to me.
Yeah, it is. It's only 2 miles away.
Yes.
Where the other one was. When I came here yesterday, if you look at the cross behind you, on the cross you got other religious signs hanging.
Rosaries.
That told me the man he was. And he was loved by the whole community.
Yes.
And I have never seen this before, where a Sikh religious emblem and a cross and other religious emblems are hanging together in one place. That actually tells me how the community is come together with his loss.
Yes.
And then there's you got another Sikh emblem there. You got people turning up here, and and then you got candles here. It is a really sad place to be, but at the same time I found lots of happiness here because I've seen the unity of the public.
Yes.
And so what kind of community lives around here, American, Indian American, or
Well, Houston in general is the fourth largest city in the U.S. We are probably one of the most diverse communities. So while in general you do have a predominantly white community, you have a large African American, Hispanic, Indian, Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean. We are such a diverse community. And you see that if you go to the schools.
Yeah.
We have, children of all nationalities. between the mosques or temples or churches that are throughout the community, even our food that's available. We are a multicultural community. So as much as sometimes people feel we are segregated,
Yeah.
we truly are a united, diverse community. I just feel like people need to come out of their houses more.
Yes, yes.
And to meet those neighbors. And actually, I had a gentleman today who is a personal friend of Sandeep's. And Sandeep would come over and pull up in his cop car. Sometimes some of the other police officers, so it always looked like something was going on.
Yeah.
Well, he had a neighbor who he referenced as a very redneck kind of person.
Yeah.
That gentleman had a sign for Sandeep in his yard after this incident. Those two neighbors now had a conversation about Sandeep, and they finally, where they might have been intimidated before to talk to each other,
That's right.
they now talk to each other, and now they have a positive relationship. So again, unfortunately, it was due to this circumstance, but that's just one more
That's
family
just one more family, yeah.
that is, positively impacted because they heard all of his good deeds. They heard all about the Sikh community, and they have a better understanding now versus being in fear or just being unknown.
Did Sandeep used to go to schools? Because I see lots of paintings, little drawings here, with little drawings done by maybe 4 or 5 year olds, with a showing a turban and a bearded man. These they come from little kids.
Yes. Actually, if you go down on one of these here, there is a sign from a preschool,
Okay.
which is, where the very young kids go. They're not even in traditional school yet. Kids Are Us is down there. And so he stopped and talked to anybody and everybody. One of his favorite places to go to was Chick-fil-A down the street here.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of children would come and play, and he would just sit there and, on his breaks and talk to every single person that came up to him, or he would go up to them
Go up to
and
them.
initiate the conversation. He was very involved in our community. There were several restaurants he would visit frequently, and
He was on duty 8 till 4, and this is where he stayed.
well, this was one part of
One
it.
part.
Yes,
This
yes,
is
he
one
would
part of this.
he
Yeah,
would
it's a
go.
whole
Yes,
estate.
yes.
He stayed
Several
in this
miles
estate,
that he
several
would.
miles. So he would meet most of these people, and most of these people see him.
Yes.
And I think that's the reason he's hit this community so hard, because they grew him into their family, I think, and
Yes.
and he was their family.
Yes. Children would come up to the car,
Yeah.
say hello, talk to him, or he'd get out. He was the type of person where you just wanted to invite him to dinner. You wanted to welcome him into your home because you knew he would welcome you into his.
Yeah.
But
These children in this estate,
Yes.
this area, few mile estate, I am pretty sure that Sandeep has shaped their life for the future. And what do you think they'll carry from Sandeep in their teens or in their adulthood or in their life?
what I hope they carry with them.
What do you think they will carry?
Yeah, what I think
Of course they'll carry, but what do you think they'll carry?
I think they will carry his kindness and his welcoming, saying hello, putting your hand out first and saying hello, and greeting everybody with kindness. That's the first thing he did with anybody, and I think that they will take that with them, hopefully as they grow, as well as doing good for the community,
And lastly, we were at the temple today together, and it's made me very, very proud to listen to your words, the Commissioner's words, and the Congresswoman. And what I heard today, he actually made history.
Yes. Several times.
Yes, and he's actually registered, and he's gone into America's history books
Yes.
today, which cannot be removed by anyone forever.
Nationally and in our city and our state.
Yes, and so when it was announced at the Gurdwara, you were sitting there as well, and you heard your friend going into history books of America. How did you feel?
I had so much pride. And I know that he would be smiling and laughing as well. The thing about him is he was just one man. He was an ordinary Sikh.
Yeah.
He was nobody special, truly. He just chose to stand up, and he chose to put himself in front of people. And that's what we need more of.
Yeah.
And I think that him being honored that way makes us all proud. Makes the community that he served proud, makes the police department that he served. In a way, it honors everybody that supported him in coming up and being able to make those. I lost my thought.
Amy,
Sorry.
I want to thank you for the international Punjabi community, for your kind words for our brother. And I believe there will be, after all this, there will be hundreds of thousands of more Sandeeps coming up and doing what he did. And he's shaped millions of lives, young, middle-aged, old, and I'm sure everybody wants to live like how he lived his life. And we are really proud of him when we hear good words from people like you who were in the community, and you knew him better than us. So thank you very much indeed.
Well, thank you for sharing his story and his family story, because it's his family that supported him to be able to make the decision to become a police officer and to take himself away to give to so many others. And I truly do hope that we do have more Sandeeps, and I hope that more and more young people from all demographics continue to perform service in honor of him and just in honor of one another. You know, so I hope that we can all show each other respect, love, and tolerance, and we can carry his name forward in a positive light that he deserves to be.
Thank you, Amy.
Hanji, everybody, thanks, first of all, thanks so much to Akaal TV for coming here to the United States from all the way England. ਬਹੁਤ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆ ਕੇ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ। ਖੁਸੂਸਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਏ ਇੱਥੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਛੋਟੇ ਵੀਰਾਂ ਵਾਂਗਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਭਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁਣ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ, ਡੈਪਟੀ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਧਾਲੀਵਾਲ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਮੌਕੇ 'ਤੇ ਆਏ। ਜਿੰਨੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਿੱਕੇ ਭਰਾ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਮੋਟ ਕੀਤਾ, ਉਹਦੀ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਨੂੰ, ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਬੜੀ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਹੈ। ਬਾਰ ਆਓ, ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਹੁਣੇ ਬਣੋ। ਸੰਦੀਪ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਾਨ ਦਾ ਨਜ਼ਰਾਨਾ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਸ ਪੂਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਮੁਹੱਬਤ ਅਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੈਗਾਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਡਿਟਰਮਿੰਡ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਨਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਮੈਂ ਬਲਕਿ ਪੂਰਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਬਲੂ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਐਂਡ ਰੈਸਟ ਆਫ ਦੀ ਅਮਰੀਕਨ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀਜ਼, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਭੁੱਲਾਂਗੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਦੀ ਇਸ ਲੈਗੇਸੀ ਨੂੰ, ਪਿਆਰ ਮੁਹੱਬਤ ਦੀ ਲੈਗੇਸੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮੁਮਕਿਨ ਹੋ ਸਕਿਆ, ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਮੁਮਕਿਨ ਹੋ ਸਕਿਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਫੈਲਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਪੂਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਲਿਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਔਰ ਪਿਆਰ ਔਰ ਮੁਹੱਬਤ ਔਰ ਅਮਨ ਦਾ ਪੈਗਾਮ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ 'ਤੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ। ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਡਿਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਅਕਾਲ TV ਦਾ ਬੜਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਅਦਾ ਕਰਨਾ। ਮੈਂ ਸਰਜੈਂਟ ਨਾਸਰ ਅਬਾਸੀ ਫਰੋਮ ਹੈਰਿਸ ਕਾਊਂਟੀ ਸ਼ੈਰਿਫਸ ਆਫਿਸ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਅਮਰਿਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੈਂਕਸ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ। ਅਮਰੀਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਦਸਤਾਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਜਾਈ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਨਿੱਕੇ ਭਰਾ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਖਲੋਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕਲਚਰ 'ਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਯਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਂਡ ਤੱਕ ਖਲੋਣ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦਰਸ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੁਕੰਮਲ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਕਰਨਾ। ਮੇਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤਰਬੀਅਤ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਯਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਹਾਰਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਇਹ ਨਿੱਕਾ ਚਲਾ ਗਿਆ ਅਤੇ ਇਹਦੀ ਖਾਤਰ ਅਤੇ ਹੱਸ ਕੇ ਸੂਲੀ ਚੜ੍ਹ ਜਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਬੜੀ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਵਾਲੀ ਪੱਗ ਹੈ ਸ਼ੇਰਾਂ ਦੀ। ਔਰ ਅਗਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਸਪਰੈਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਣਾ, ਸੰਦੀਪ ਦੀ ਲੈਗੇਸੀ ਨੂੰ ਪੂਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਮੈਂ ਫੈਲਾ ਸਕਣਾ, I will do it and I will do it for rest of my life.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. On behalf of the Taliwal family, I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support you have showered us with during this difficult time. Given the circumstances, Taliwal family is committed to an organization and committed to carrying on the legacy of Sandeep Singh Taliwal. Soon, the family will be launching an organization committed to serving our community and supporting law enforcement along with first responders. An organization based on the principles of Sikhism that inspired Sandeep Singh to perform selfless service and stand up for prosperity and justice for all. An organization that will stay true to the teachings of our founder, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and our spiritual and eternal authority, that is Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. May God bless everybody and bless the United States of America.
ਅਕਾਲ ਚੈਨਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ। ਨਵੀਂ ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਦੀ ਨੋਟੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਬੈਲ ਆਈਕਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਲਿੱਕ ਕਰਨਾ ਨਾ ਭੁੱਲਣਾ।